Hey, this is Kevin from Kevin's Market Fleet. Today I've got a Marvel Legends review. We're going to be taking a look at the Dark Avengers Daken. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the packaging, at the figure. We'll do the articulation, measurements, and a comparison. Let's go ahead and dive into the review. And let's go ahead and start here with the packaging. So first we got the Dark Avengers on here. You got Wolverine, obviously. Then it says Daken in here, as well as Wolverine there on the bottom. You've got this comic accessory that comes along with this as well. It's got the M and the number 1. It's just a very cool package. I love that they do this with this big card backing here that looks more like a comic. Then as we go ahead and turn this thing around, see the back. So here is some copy on here, as well as the Dark Avengers, and then you've got the other figures that do come in this series. If you're looking for the UPC, there it is. So that is it. Let's go ahead and break this thing out of the box. So let's start here first with the accessories. So he comes with 4 different hands. So you've got the 2 that have his 3 different sabers that are coming out. And then you have one version here that has just 2 sticking out. And then you also have a hand here to be able to hold something. You also have your Dark Avengers comic, which is really cool. Now, this doesn't open up. This is just, a piece here, but awesome to be able to have the actual comic that this comes from so that you could actually be able to hold it, which is a lot of fun. And then he does have this different head, and the head sculpt here is really cool. He's got this awesome looking sneer there on his face. The hair looks really amazing. I mean, coming from some micro figures to moving to something that's a little bit bigger, it's still amazing the quality of detail that they get, even with the eyes. And you can see there's his little teeth when he's got that sneer, which looks pretty amazing. This is a ball joint, so you can just go ahead and plug that into the head. So now let's go ahead and look at this guy. First, just from a deco perspective, I love the brown suit. The pink of his skin tone is a little too pink, in my personal opinion. I don't know whether or not that's accurate relative to the comic that it should be that pink, but it does look that way. Otherwise, still the brown suit looks great. He's got this little belt on there too. And then his mask here looks really cool, as well as the face sculpt. So pretty awesome to have his teeth bared like that. Again, really, really cool. Very well done. And then here's what he looks like from the back. So he does have that hole there on the back. I'm not sure what that actually is for, but he's got that peg hole there to be able to put something on it. Not sure what it is. So now if we run through articulation, so you can see there is no double neck joint, so he does have just that ball joint there on his head. There is the ability to move it. There's a little bit of a hinge there, so you can get his head tilted back quite a bit if you needed to. He's got the joint there inside the shoulder, and then he also has the abduction there. He's got the bicep swivel, double elbow joints on both sides. Then also in the hand, he does have that joint to be able to hinge his wrist. He's got an ab crunch here, so you can get him going a good bit forward or back. He also does have this belt that is actually, it does slide around. So I don't see how you could take that off. You could probably finagle that thing to get that off of him if you wanted, but either way. He's got the hips that actually open up like that. You've got the swivel here at the top of the leg. You've got a double knee joint here. And then it doesn't look like he has boot moves, but he does have some movement here, obviously, in the foot, the ability to swivel it and move it around. So you can pose this guy in lots of different positions. Now, the other thing that I wanted to do here is a measurement, because this guy does look bigger than the other version of Wolverine that I have. And so we can see he is actually just over 6 inches tall. So I'll look at that here in just a second to compare him. But if you had both of his arms all the way out, let me see if I can get him turned like that, almost all the way out. That's about 7 inches, maybe 7¼ inches if you were to get both arms all the way extended out, all the way to the ends of the blades there coming out of his hands. So now what I want to do is let's go ahead and change out some of his hands so we can put him into a different position. So now I've got his hands and his head changed out, and you can see there he can hold that comic. So you can get him like he's looking down at it. I've seen some pretty fun poses for this guy with the comic, and you can get him all the way into a cross-legged position as well. But it's cool to be able to pose him into a bunch of different positions and to be able to use the comic if you wanted to. Obviously, you don't have to. You could just set that over to the side, use that as something really cool in the background, and then you could, pose him around into whatever position that you wanted to. Cool to be able to have the transition hands as well. And you can see with his head on there too, still looks pretty good. The brown on the neck just kind of goes right up to the head, which again looks okay. I prefer much more having the actual normal Wolverine mask on, but if you wanted to have this cool setup, you could certainly do that as well. So now I have a few Wolverines compared to one another. So we've got our X-Men 97 version here, then we have obviously Daken, and then we've got now our Deadpool Wolverine version, the Hugh Jackman version of Wolverine. And you can see the size difference, obviously, as we're going from left to right. The X-Men 97 version is much shorter than the other two, with the Deadpool Wolverine being the tallest of the set. Now, I don't know what's accurate relative to the height of Wolverine. I think the X-Men 97 version is a little more accurate relative to what we would end up seeing on the screen. Obviously, there's a difference because there are 3 different versions of them. But very cool to see them all compared to one another. Obviously, you can make your choice in terms of which one you like the most, and you can comment in the section below. That's all I've got for you here on the review. If you like this, please go ahead and like and subscribe. You can check out all the different links to my Amazon storefront down in the description below. Thanks for tuning in. I look forward to catching everybody on the next review.